What is up, FBG fam? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. And for today's video, boy, do we have a doozy on our hands here. So MiHoYo dropped the character teaser trailer for the Raiden Shogun titled Nightmare a couple of hours ago. And what I wanted to do in today's video is not do a reaction because it wouldn't be genuine since I've seen this trailer a couple of times already. But instead, I wanted to do an interpretation, my interpretation of what I see from this trailer, because in my opinion there's a lot going on here that is either easily missed or not fully understood. And I'll be the first to admit that I am not the most knowledgeable when it comes to the lore of Genshin Impact, but I still wanted to just give you my interpretation of what I see. And for those of you that are very knowledgeable, I implore you, please go in the comments down below to give us more information on what you see here and what your understanding is. This is one of the teaser trailers that I believe is one of the more complex and has a lot going on here lore-wise that many people might have missed. So I'm going to do my best to explain my interpretation, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So we have this first shot right here. Obviously we have the Raiden Shogun herself, and then we have three other characters, and they appear to be friends right now. Massive shout out to Chief Sid in the Discord for providing this information there, and let me know if this is correct or not. Once again, I'm not the most knowledgeable when it comes to the lore, but apparently the one on the left hand side is Sasayuri, which is a Tengu general and was killed in a civil war with the Sangonomiya. The one lying down on the Raiden Shogun, the Oni, was corrupted during the Cataclysm and turned against Bao, that is Chiyo. And then the one on the right hand side with the cat ears, that is the Kitsune, Saigu, disappeared during the Cataclysm. So these appear to be very prominent figures and characters. By the way, their character designs are amazing. I wish they were playable characters because that would be really cool. But they appear to be very prominent figures in the Raiden Shogun's life. As you can see, this is a very happy image that we're looking at, and one that seems to be joyful for the Raiden Shogun, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and move forward. So that is the first image that we see right off the bat. Now this image right here, I did want to pause this because if you're just watching the trailer, you may be missing certain things within the trailer. So you see the Raiden Shogun now charging forward with her polearm, and it appears that she's on what looks like a snake. Okay, so if you guys don't know, this serpent was the one that the Raiden Shogun killed, and you can tell because you can see like scales, and it's white, and the Raiden Shogun's running on it and charging forward. So this is the serpent that the Raiden Shogun killed, and if I'm not mistaken, a friend of the Raiden Shogun. I could be wrong about that. Once again, let me know in the comments down below. But this is her charging forward to kill the serpent, and I think that was actually a better shot right there. If I can just go back a little bit, yeah, it's a better shot right there. You can see the scales, you can see the length of it, and you can see the Raiden Shogun wielding her polearm charging forward. Oh, and you can see the snake in the background. I just I just seen it right back there, and that's her killing the snake per the lore. And then right afterwards it says nothingness. So this is probably what the Raiden Shogun felt, once again my interpretation, after she did what she did. And then we have back to this image, and you can see that the Tengu general, Sasayuri, is no longer there. And so that was probably indicating that this is when that individual was killed during the Sangonomiya civil war, and now we are left with Chiyo and Kitsune Saigu. So they cut back to this image, and then we have this image right afterwards. It's really, they did such a good job with this trailer and how they show it. So here you can see Chiyo, obviously because of the Oni horns, and you can see that Chiyo is now wielding her katana, obviously looking possessed as if something took over her. And you can see the Raiden Shogun right here, once again looks like charging forward, wielding her polearm, ready to do combat and be able to strike Chiyo down. So you can see what is happening here is that there are things that are happening in the Raiden Shogun's life that are obviously not great stuff. Not joyful things that are happening, and this leads me to believe that there's a lot more to the Raiden Shogun's life that has happened that has led us to the point that we're at right now. And it could be these sad things happening with her friends or individuals that she considered to be close to her. And you can see that Oni Chiyo obviously turned on Ball because of some type of possession during the Cataclysm, and now the Raiden Shogun had to strike her down. And afterwards it says stillness. This is just probably the Raiden Shogun. It's hard to explain. It's really hard for me to explain, but when they say stillness, this is probably just referencing the Raiden Shogun first feeling nothingness and now feeling stillness, because now these are two friends that she had to strike down herself that are no longer here with her, and there was not much that she can do about it, right? So now you can see that this image, it's not as bright anymore. There's a little more darkness to it, a little darker hint or hue, and now there is only the Kitsune Saigu left. And if we go to the next panel here, you can see that there are images of animals that you see within the land of Inazuma. Very, very interesting there. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but it just says that Saigu disappeared during the Cataclysm. So it's just another friend that she lost and another close individual to her that's no longer there. And then right afterwards it says eternity. So that leads me to believe that when they say eternity after that part, it's something now that the Raiden Shogun has to live with because they're no longer there. And it's something that she has to live with for eternity. But that can also mean that what she had initially in the very first image of all three characters together, all four, excuse me, together, in that joyous image of, you know, everything that they had there, that could mean that the Raiden Shogun wanted that to be for eternity because she seemed very happy. Now, if you look at her face, she looks very expressionless, blank, sad, emotionless at this point because of everything that has happened. And you can see she closes her eyes and she kind of bows her head. And there's nothing. Literally nothingness, stillness, and that's for eternity at this point. And as you can see here, very emotionless, expressionless. This image right here is very interesting. So I've seen a lot of people stating that this could be the Raiden Shogun's mother. And it very well could be. I think my interpretation of this is that the Raiden Shogun is seeing an image of her former self, the one that was with her friends, the other three characters, and she's running towards her former self, I think in desperation to get that back. And she's reaching out to her former self to try and reclaim that joy that she had previously, but because it's gone already, and that's not something that you can do, it vanishes. And she realizes that she can never have that back. That's something that's no longer there. And that's something that won't be there. And it seems as if once she came to terms to that, she then had a realization. She now realizes that no longer can be. And she never wants to have that happen again, in my opinion. And now she seeks to make sure that that never happens again by subjecting her citizens of Inazuma to a certain will, I guess, for lack of a better term. And then we cut to this image where we've been here before. This is the Raiden Shogun's Void, and you can see that it's simply filled with nothingness. To me, this almost seems as if we're peering into the Raiden Shogun's soul at this point. This is her soul. This is looking deep inwards and seeing that there's nothingness there anymore. After all she's been through, after everything that has happened in her life, this is what's left. and this is what she feels at this point, and that's why she is the way she is now, in my opinion. And so this leads me to believe that the Raiden Shogun is not evil. I never thought that she was evil, but this gives a better explanation to why she's doing the things that she's doing and why she is the way that she is. And it's just a void now that she feels. It's whenever you lose somebody, a very close, whether it be relative or a friend, and you lose them, it's as if you lose a piece of yourself. And once there's so many pieces no longer there, this is what's left. You know, nothing. Anyways, guys, this was my interpretation of the teaser trailer. I think it was a really great, I think it was one of the best teaser trailers because it wasn't flashy, it wasn't over the top, it didn't show amazing things, but what it did show in subtleties was pieces of the Raiden Shogun, different aspects of her personalities, and it explained in a very in-depth and detailed way that Raiden Shogun is the way she is, to a degree. Obviously it doesn't provide us everything, but it gives us a hint of what's going on. And now we have a better understanding of the Raiden Shogun, a little bit of a better understanding, and it makes me want to know more. It has me super invested, as if I wasn't already invested in this character enough, right? Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a breakdown. Once again, if you have more information, let me know in the comments down below. I'm excited to read what you guys have to say, and I can be completely off on everything that I'm stating here, but once again, it's just my opinion, just my interpretation, if I haven't said that enough already. I'm going to get on out of here. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do, and until next time, my boys, until next time, it's your homie Cody GT, and I'm out. Bye, guys.